Did you know that one of the oldest items in the public collection of John Hays Hammond Jr. dates from the 2nd century CE? While Hammond Castle Museum is perhaps known best for its collection of medieval and Renaissance pieces, we do also have many examples of ancient Roman artifacts. Some of these are embedded into the very walls of the building, such as these headstones in the courtyard. However, this room also houses one of the oldest items Mr. Hammond ever obtained, a 2nd century child sarcophagus that stands in front of the pool. We must point out, lest we be accused of grave robbing, that this sarcophagus was unused. It might be better thought of as a floor model or sample product used by a mason to help sell his wares. How do we know this? The clue is in the disparity between the level of details in different parts of the carving. Note that the side of the sarcophagus is very well defined despite its age and the relatively small size of the figures as compared with the figure on the lid. Paying particular attention to the head and face, we can see that they are roughly hewn and lacking in detail, which would be unexpected if it had been used for its intended purpose. The figure on the lid is representative of the deceased, and thus is the most important part, so one would think it would be given special care in its carving. In fact, it was, but this example never got that far. These were time-consuming, labor-intensive pieces to create. A mason did not want to start work from scratch as soon as a dead body was presented. Rather, several would have been ready to go at any given time, prepared in advance, with only the head and face left uncarved. This was so they could be customized to the features of the deceased, a time-saving measure. Since our sarcophagus lacks this customization, we can conclude that it was simply unsold stock in its time. One final note, you might have heard that cremation was a popular method of disposing of remains in the Roman world. While this was true during the period of the Roman Republic, as the Roman Empire evolved, inhumation or burial of remains became more common, particularly from the 2nd century on, from which our sarcophagus dates. We hope you enjoyed this video, but there's a lot more to explore about John Hays Hammond Jr., his inventions, and his collection of art and artifacts. We invite you to visit us at Hammond Castle Museum in Gloucester, Massachusetts to learn more.